In the world of the cloud, there's this invisible force working behind the scenes. It's like a silent guardian that anticipates the unpredictable and just reacts in milliseconds. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and take a look at the unseen force that powers so much of our digital world. Okay, just imagine this for a second. You've been planning for months. The marketing's perfect, your product is a smash hit, and you're about to launch the biggest sale of the year. You've built the perfect machine for success. But what if that very success was the exact thing that brought it all crashing down? I know, it's a crazy paradox, but it's one that pretty much every successful online business has to face. The countdown hits 0, the sale goes live, and then bam, a tidal wave of traffic slams into your website. It is way more than you ever dreamed of. And your servers, the very backbone of your business, they just start to buckle under this insane, sudden pressure. And then silence. The site is just down. Error pages pop up where your products should be. Thousands of potential sales just vanish. You've got frustrated customers leaving, and hey, maybe they're never coming back. Your big moment of triumph just turned into a total catastrophe. Right? This is the fundamental challenge we all face online. You can't just have a ton of extra servers running just in case. I mean, that's an amazing way to burn through your money. But you can't have too few either. So, what's the answer? You build a system that doesn't just withstand the wave, it actually rises with it. A system that scales all by itself, intelligently and instantly. And no, this isn't science fiction, this is AWS Auto Scaling. It's the engine that makes sure you have the exact number of servers you need right when you need them. So here's a look at how that unseen force actually works. All that incoming traffic doesn't just hit one server. Nope. It first goes to an elastic load balancer. Think of it like a really smart traffic cop. And it directs all the requests evenly across your whole group of servers. And that group, that fleet of servers, it's managed by the star of our show today, auto scaling. So how does this automated rescue mission actually work? Well, it all comes down to a few key parts working together in perfect harmony. First thing you need to know about is the launch template. This is basically the master blueprint for your servers. It has every single detail you need to launch a new virtual server, we call it an instance, from the operating system and software to its size and security settings. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a recipe for the perfect pizza. Every single time the kitchen needs to make another one, they use the exact same recipe. This means every pizza comes out identical and absolutely flawless. It's what gives you total reliability, no matter how big you get. And if the launch template is the recipe, then the auto-scaling group, or ASG for short, is the head chef and the restaurant manager all rolled into one. It is the brain of the whole operation. It uses that blueprint, that recipe, to make the big decisions, when to spin up new servers and when to get rid of old ones. So the ASG is constantly watching the flow of traffic, kind of like a manager watching the dining room. When a huge crowd suddenly shows up, it automatically calls in more chefs. Those are our servers, to handle all the orders. And, just as important, when the restaurant empties out later, it sends them home. Why? To save you money. So how does the ASG know what to do? Well, it plays by a set of rules that you define. You set a minimum size, just to make sure you're always online. You set a maximum size to keep your costs from getting out of control. And you set a desired capacity for just, normal, everyday traffic. The ASG's entire job is to constantly adjust the number of active servers to hit that desired level, all while staying inside the guardrails you set up. But look, just having a manager isn't enough. You need a manager with a strategy. And AWS Auto Scaling gives you several really intelligent ways to scale. The three main strategies are dynamic, scheduled, and predictive. Dynamic scaling is like your reactive firefighter. It's watching metrics like CPU usage and adds more servers the second things get too busy. Scheduled scaling is for the patterns you already know about. Think scaling up at 9 a.m. and then back down at 5 p.m. every single weekday. And then you've got predictive scaling, which is the real genius here. It analyzes your history to add capacity before the spike even happens. I really love this quote because it just nails how these things work together. Predictive scaling looks at your history and says, okay, Monday mornings are always nuts, let's get the servers ready ahead of time. Then dynamic scaling is on standby to handle any of the unexpected chaos that wasn't in the forecast. In the real world, the best systems usually mix and match these, so they're both prepared and reactive. So, after all this automation and intelligence, what's the bottom line? Why does all of this matter so much? Well, it comes down to three huge wins. First, fault tolerance. If a server gets sick or has a problem, the ASG just replaces it automatically. No one has to wake up in the middle of the night. Second, availability. This makes sure you always have the right horsepower to meet demand, preventing that flash sale disaster we talked about. And third, and this is a big one, cost management. You're not paying for a bunch of servers just sitting around doing nothing. It scales down just as smartly as it scales up, so you only pay for what you actually use. Ultimately, what autoscaling does is it takes the single biggest variable in any online business, that unpredictable demand, and it transforms it from a huge threat into a manageable, automated, and totally cost-effective process. And that really just leaves us with one last thought. The traffic is always going to be unpredictable. The surges are going to happen. The only real question is, when that wave finally arrives, is your architecture going to be built to ride it, or is it going to get crushed by it?